Okay. So, hi. So after 1 year of working, we are finally ready to deliver that mobile dental unit, and this is gonna be like a movie for you guys. You're gonna get an instruction as well, written down, but just for you to get to know every system a little bit and how to get started when the car will arrive. So we made the situation like it will be when the car will arrive. Afterwards, you don't have to do everything again, what I will show you now. So first of all, let's say the car stopped. So we built in a battery main switch disconnector. It's located here. So if you have a longer standing time somewhere, you can always just push it down and then it's loose and the car won't start anymore. The batteries are disconnected. And for example, as anti-theft device, you can even just pull it out and take it with you so no one can actually start the car. That's the first thing. Like, this is really important because we sometimes had the issue that the batteries went flat. You got new batteries now, but still you never know, and it kind of saves the batteries. But in normal, when you're operating normally, you can just let it be like it is. And then next point, you get to the electrical switchboard. So here you have all the electrics which are operating the car. So we have the normal fuse box. At the moment it still looks a little bit messy because we still have to put in some fans for getting it cooled all the time. Yeah, but we have the main fuse box with the electrical circle number 1 and number 2. Number 1 is the dental chair, the compressor, and one of the plugs on the other side. It's written there as well. Number 2 is the air condition and heating, and another plug on the other side. Details about the system you will find in the instruction. We're gonna send it to you via PDF. So the car starts, arrives from the harbor without any fuses in there. We had to disconnect the batteries. So they will be located in here, 2 pieces. You just take them out. These are the main fuses securing the extender you already know from the first unit and the batteries. So we just kind of pop them in, plop, and on the other side as well, plop, and then you can just push it in. So you can hear, okay, the battery is connected. It starts working now, so we can switch it on now. After that, you can switch on the 24-volt system. It's the switch number 2. It's located here. You can hear the fans start running, so they will do it all the time when you switch this on. It's quite important because a lot of heat is coming out of there to get it cooled all the time. So let them run all the time during your operation, and remember switching the 24-volt switch off after you done with your day and the day is finished. The next thing will be all the fuses are already in from the first circle. So now we switch on the compressor and you can hear it running. Everything works. Like now I'm just showing you the first circle. That's the circle which is running with the batteries on board. You can probably operate about 3 or 4 hours. We couldn't measure it totally, so you have to kind of figure it out yourself. It depends on the machines which you use on the other side and on the time you're operating. So now this is all set up, the system is on, everything is working. We grab the bench, which will be located inside for the transport to the harbor. You just carry it out and then maybe you just slide it. Let me see, it is like that, exactly. You just slide it over the hook, lock the hook, and then just unstrap the bench. First unstrap the legs. Unstrap the bench. And unstrap this thing. Yeah, the compressor's finished now. So quite ready to go. So now we undo the bench. So now it's kind of, waiting area or for whatever you want to use it. We thought it might be a nice idea. Then for the marquees, for the sunshade, we have something on top of the driver's seat. is this thing. Take this, and with that you can fold the sunshade. So, perfect waiting area. So the next thing is, how you can see, I will show you. If the car is by itself, it's quite unstable. You can see it on the bench, how it's moving. So to prevent that, we installed 4 pillars, 2 on the front underneath the car, underneath the main frame. You can see them here. It's one on this side, one on the other side. To get them loose, you push the handle, push it backwards, push it down to the floor. That's the first step. You do it with all the 4. We have 2 at the back. If you grab here, you can find a bolt you can undo. So on this one will unfold. Same idea, push it down. Now it's very loose, like you already know. So the next thing is, you have 1 key. It's quite important, so never lose it. It's special as well. It's always located in here, in the side box. It's that key. That's the key for the side boxes. So you can open these one. So this is the box with all the authorities. So we all take it out now. We have a water hose for the wastewater. We have the key for the pillars. I will show you how this one works. Then we have an adapter. So if the polarity is wrong, you use this one. We come to it later. And then you have the landline cable. So this one you can always see, it's the one with the normal plug at the end. That's for the landline. That's because you have some possibilities with this car with electricity and everything, but we will talk about this later as well. And then we have the cable for the generator to connect it to the car. So now we're gonna take this one first. And that one is the last pillar. Put it down, and then you just get on it, push it a little bit. It will move the car up a little bit. Do the same here. So the ones on the right you have to turn clockwise. The ones on the left you have to turn counterclockwise to get it fixed. So now you can make the test. As you can see, the bench, nothing is moving anymore. The car is really stable and you're ready to go. Now the next step would be the water system. So for the water system we don't have an extra wastewater tank. We actually just installed a hose. So we made 20 meters of hose now. The connection point for this is also underneath the car. How did you expect? It's over here. It's a twist connection. So we put it there. And then twist it and it's set. And then you just take the hose and put it to a drain or a hole or something else. Okay. So now we have set up the car to the easiest condition. So this is without generator, it's with battery, so it will work for a couple of hours but not forever. So the dental chair is secured. Please always drive secured because it's a different model. It's a little bit bigger than the old one. It has longer arms and it's shaking a lot when it's driving and can break if you don't secure it. For this we installed the clamps. You just undo it here, put the clamp away and you can move the arm away. Put it in the right position. The same here. Put the arm away as well, carefully with the hoses. Before that, remove the chair. It's a little bit in the way for the arm. put it at the desk or at the back, how you need it. And then just make this one. And you can make there, like that. Okay. So yeah, the chair, it will move like that, and it's a long way, but it's the only way to secure it properly, and afterwards you have it like this. Okay, so with the electricity, you have a couple of USB plugs here, just to charge phones, tablets, I don't know what you need. 24 volt cigarette lightning plug. We thought this might help for a laptop or notebook maybe, if you have one. Just be careful that you get the right plug. You need a conversion from 24 volt DC to your notebook, otherwise it can break. You know this one already. It's the same like in the other dental unit. You can see the status, load searching and everything, and even program some stuff, and just have a look how the batteries are working out. Okay, you have the desk lamp. Then you have this little thing here. It's the light panel, so you can switch it off with one button. And it is digitally, and you can kind of control the 4 lights. I'm just looking which one is which. At the moment it's the one at the back which is moving. And then you can switch to the other one, and that's the one on the side desk. And then to the third one, and that's the one at the front. There are some more possibilities. Maybe you just read the instructions. You can kind of program some situations like a cleaning situation, operational situation, and so on. That's this side. And there, yeah, there you have the warning lamp. You had it the same in the old car. That's when the battery is low, when the temperature is too hot for the batteries, and so on and so on. So if the thing in the middle has a failure, this one will light up red and you will hear sound from the inside. Okay, the windows. There's also even a little trick with the windows. You have on these windows, you have these little buttons here. You have to push the button inside and then turn the knob. The same everywhere, and you can open the window. The water is working now as well, so you have the button down here to press for the water. We have a preset pressure at the moment. If you want to change the pressure, you have to go to this one at the back, and you open it, the pressure will get increased. You close it a little bit, it will decrease. You can also close down the whole pump system from here. Don't use the pump when this is closed, please. Yeah, and the dental chair, like with everything, please, I don't actually know how it works. You know it better probably, but it has a switch to switch it on down here. Emergency switch off, and it's working. One thing which isn't nice, what we couldn't fix as well, it's sad, but yeah, we can't do anything about it. It's this water connection here. It needs a fixed water connection to the outside, so you need a pressurized system with really good fresh water. And yeah, it's not existing in this car, so the suggestion from the company as well from us would be just maybe use a bottle of water, you fill it up before. You can pull this out actually and just put it there and use the bottle of water. I know that's not 100%, I'm really sorry for this, but we can't change it. Everything else works, so the instruments and everything works as the same as the last one. You have this water bottle at the bottom here. You use this one, and with this you can use all the instruments and everything. So, of course, with 4 hours of power, you won't have a long operation time, so you have a generator integrated as well, or integrated, stored. It's in here, how it's written there. It's a little bit bigger than the last one, because you have a little bit more power with the tools and everything what's built in there, so it's this little thing. It weighs approximately 95 to 100 kilo. With a full diesel tank, you can run it for 1 day straight. It's written in instruction like this, but of course you have to check it out. Yeah, and we're gonna carry it out now, and then we're gonna show you how to start it and how to plug it in the system to let the whole system run on the generator. So first the strap, of course, tension strap, it's hooked at the back. So when you've done this, you can just pull the generator out. Okay, generator mode. So the generator is bigger, it's way louder. My suggestion would be maybe you can find a place a little bit further away. For this we have the cable as well. Maybe put it on a roof when it's raining to protect it. It's not good for rain. So you take the cable for the generator and plug the one side into the generator. And the first plug, you can choose which you want. And then you plug the second one. And this is quite important. Always only use the generator for this generator and the landline for the landline. You can maybe hook an extra generator to this, a little one, but yeah, I will explain it to you later. So plug it in like this. Then we start the generator. Put the switch on run, put the decompression lever down, and then start it. So now it's quite loud, so we go into the inside. So the generator is running. And then you have a main switch in the switchboard. So now we have this switch down, S1. It's the main switch, the most important switch, kind of it switches between generator mode, battery mode, generator and landline mode, or landline only. We switch it to generator mode, it's 1. So now it's in 1, so we have to wait a little bit. The thing, we can check it on the panel outside. Delay before closing transfer. Okay, so we wait a little bit. AC in, synchronization in progress. So it synchronized the generator and you can see AC in. So now you can run the first 3 on the, that's like I said, the compressor thing, the dental chair, or the other way around, and one of these plugs. So this is the generator battery plug. It's made for this one. This one is the fast machine. It has water tanks underneath as well. It has a fresh water tank and a wastewater tank. It's a high-speed cleaning device. I actually really don't know what it makes, but you probably will figure it out. The instructions are with it. So this is the other mode you can run on the generator. Yeah. So everything is switched on, everything is on, generator mode is on, and you're good to go. So now I will also show you the hand start, because we had it just now, because it was standing for a while, the battery was empty. So the same here, you put the decompression lever down, put this one on run, and then you take the handle and pull, and it starts. And then you just like plop, stop. So the day is finished, the work is done. We have to put it all back together again. I will show you the progress as well. So of course you start with this. Tight it, and then the hook outside, and we put it inside when we are finished as well. Then the bench. Now you don't have to put it back inside anymore if you don't want to. So you just fold it up to the top, take the belt, slide it through there. There will be another hook down there. It's not mounted yet. Put it through the hook as well then. It will be there when the dental unit arrives. Put the strapping tension belt around it. put these ones back inside. Zack, zack. So you're ready for this side, then you go around, deconnect the hose. Da fehlt nur eine Schelle. Take the strap, which will be delivered with it as well. Put it back inside. You do the same with the cables, chuck them back in, disconnect the connections again. Take this key again, loosen all the bolts, same here. Here, lock the box, put it back here. Okay, inside then afterwards you need to carry in the generator. So we're gonna melt one last thing to the frame. You can decide if you want to use it. Maybe you can organize a huge key lock, so if you're standing on a place for 3 days, Omar told me you're gonna be at some places for quite some time, so you can leave everything like it is actually over the 3 nights. And when you move to another camp, you have to do the procedure I did just now. The generator, maybe you get a huge key lock and we make a thing on the frame and you can lock it to the frame so it won't get stolen, or maybe you have a car where you can transport it, because yeah, it's quite heavy like you saw. Inside, of course, you have to do some stuff as well. So you can leave the dental chair like it is if you don't want to move the car, so it's no problem that the arms are like this. Just switch it off at the bottom. Afterwards you go to the main switch, you switch off the compressor and you switch off the 24-volt system. So now the fans will go out, the light will shut down. This will run a little bit longer, but soon it will start blinking like this. It's searching for consumers. There are no consumers. You can leave them in as well. It's like it was just for transporting them towards the destination. So like this, everything is okay. You can leave it like this during the night. You will have no problems at the morning. And yeah, put this switch back to battery mode. Soll ich nochmal machen?
Ja.
Okay. So one last thing at the end is with the compressor. So the compressor is located underneath the car. It isn't a compressor integrated in the chair, it's in this box. You can see it from the top as well when we open the lid. So you have an external connector here for an external pressure hose, maybe for an air gun, so you can clean the filters. I will show you later. And at the end of each day, you need to open this valve. You will release the air out of the pressure tank and also the water which is getting collected during the day of work. Jetzt ist tot. Close it again. Done. So now you can leave to another destination, or if you're just staying over the night, you don't need to do everything I did and just close up. Yeah, one last thing for closing up I'm gonna show you. So over the night, if you're not sure about what's gonna happen, first of all you have the thing at the back to the anti-theft device I showed you before, the bone, and then as well at the door. Because this door is opened quite easily, also if you lock it from the outside with the proper lock, you can still open it with a card. So we introduce. So you close it, put this there, finished, and you leave over the door at the front. Different location, but still the instruction. I'm gonna show you some other modes. So before I showed you the battery mode, it's zero. So like I told you, everything runs on battery. Then we have generator and landline mode and the battery as well. So it won't switch off when you switch it to this position. It will still get its juice from the batteries. You can hook in the generator now and like I told you, use the first circuit of electricity. Now for using the second circuit of electricity, you have two possibilities. One possibility is to do a combination out of generator and landline. So the idea came up that maybe in the future, or I don't know when, maybe you have the possibility to use it more stationary, use it as a clinic, maybe the electricity system will work in the future, or maybe you even have a little bit of electricity where the dental unit is. So you can kind of run a combination out of generator mode. So we just think now that in the first one there's the generator in at the moment and it's running. It chooses the first thing. Then we take the second cable, plug it in. I will plug it in just here now because we have the electricity here. And plug this one into landline. So now what you can see, this panel here, now it started to light and it's lightening green at the moment. So at the moment everything is okay. I'm gonna show you something. When I switch this one, turn it around, it will start lighting red. So this panel, it kind of reads which one is neutral, which one is phase, because it's quite important for the car, because the earth is landing on the car and the neutral is connected to the earth sometimes. So yeah, to prevent an electric hazard on the car, you have this panel here. So when you plug the landline in, you always have to check the panel. So now you see, okay, reverse polarity. To change it, you have this little adapter cable here. So you plug it in on the one side here. I did the cables, I turned them around in this cable, and then you plug this cable in again and it will light up green. So you don't have to go to the plug or to the connection where it's connected. Maybe there's a fault inside the connection to do the fault. You just use that, undo the fault, you just use the adapter cable. So now we go back inside. What changed now? We don't only have power on the first ones here, we also have power on the second row. This one is empty at the moment, so in the future maybe you have the possibility to get yourself another plug somewhere. It's just free at the moment, so these two. One is for the heater and the climate change. At the moment there are no knobs, they will come as well. You can start it up and it will just blow in some air. And yeah, and then you have different possibilities. You have kind of air conditioning as well. You can change the heat here, make it hotter or colder, but you will see it when the thing is on. And what else is working, you can use this plug here for the second machine. So now you can use everything in this dental unit. Please never connect these two machines to a multiple plug and put it in a generator battery thing, because the electric capacity on the thing isn't for this much load when these two are running and the compressor, and it can make the system fault. So now what we can do as well, we can switch it quite easy. So now we have one, it's generator and landline, and maybe at some point in a couple of years or something there's the possibility, like I told you, to put it stationary, connected to a fixed electricity source without the generator. You just switch it to number 2. So now, on number 2, everything runs with the plug on the landline. So it is these 2 machines, these 2 plugs, the compressor and the lamps, everything in combination with the Studer and the batteries. And yeah, now it's all working on landline. You can see now it's even starting to charge the batteries as well with the landline. Yeah. One recommendation would be, maybe if you have the possibility to a landline and it will the mobile will stand for a couple of whiles, you can just connect it over the night to the landline and let the batteries charge without a generator, and in the morning they're all filled up again. The compressor. So the reason, because of space, we had to put it underneath, and we had to put it in an extra frame we built for it, and it has 2 filter systems. So one filter is from the inside, I will show you in a minute, and the other ones are around. There's one on this side, one on the opposite side of this one, and a big one at the back. To open these filters, you just put the flap, leave it done, and then you have the filter mats. So you have some spares inside, but still, just to maybe get the worst dirt away from it, we put the connection in here. You connect the pressure hose. We didn't deliver it with you because we were told, okay, customs maybe of Turkey won't find it good if there's an air gun in it, yeah, whatsoever. So you have to organize a pressure gun and a hose with a possible connector. You just connect it, and now you have pressure on there. You can also use it maybe to check the tire pressure and to blow out the filters when they are dirty. So you just clean them, blow everything out here, and put them back in again. The same, of course, you can do with the air filter of the car itself. So the one in the back, it is a bit rough to open. You have to push a little bit harder, but it opens, and then you can do the same thing as well. Take the filter out, take the air gun, blow it out from both sides, blow the case out, and we don't have any certain maintenance periods where you need to do this, because it really depends a lot on the conditions outside. So if it's dusty and a lot of dust around, you have to check it more often. I would recommend that you maybe at the beginning check them every 2 days or every 3 days, and then when you see, okay, we don't have to check them so often, you can increase the time of checking the filters. I will show you the last filter, so the second filter of the filter system from the compressor itself. So now we open this flap, you can just pull it out, and there you can see the compressor. It's all pre-adjusted and it's switched on, it's plugged in, so you don't need to change anything on the compressor itself. Please never change the pressure as well, because it's adjusted on the pressure the dental chair needs. And the third filter from inside, we have the 2 filter mats outside. We have it here, you just pull it out, and the same thing here, blow it out. The thing is, it was really impossible to get one of these filters as spare. We tried it, but it didn't work out because the company is from South America, and yeah, we will continue trying it, but please be careful with this filter because it's a central element, and check the outside filters more often to be sure that everything is alright at the end. So the best case is you never have to open the thing here, just to clean the filters or check the interior if there's any dirt. Push it in, zack, done. Ready.